Hey friends, I grabbed some stuff from Dollar Tree, some little supplies so I could redo them and make some cute Halloween crafts. I hope that you enjoy these. I'm going to show you what I did and how I made all these cute little crafts. I grabbed this at Dollar Tree. I thought this was perfect because it has the pumpkin and it's ready to paint and it has these beads on it. What I want to do is take this apart. Need something to stick under there. There we go. So that one came out. That takes a little bit of elbow grease to get that out. So we're going to keep those because we're going to use those. I'm going to make this into a little pumpkin ornament, so I need to drill some holes in it. The good news is that I believe this is actually wood. I think it's pressed board, so you're not going to tear it up by taking out the staples out of the back. I'm just going to paint it with some pumpkin. Now I'm going to paint the stem. I'm going to use some burnt umber. I'm going to make this little thing into a jack-o'-lantern. And I have this crazy little jack-o'-lantern face that I'm going to put on it. So I'm just going to stencil that on. And I'm just going to hold my stencil in place. And then I'm just going to stencil on the face. Now it does have some ridges. So I'm going to have to go over those and fill those in a little bit better. I'll do that with a paintbrush. There's our cute little face. I'm going to get my little eyeliner brush. I'm going to kind of fill in the low area there. Just do a little bit of sanding. I'm going to use Bare Wax. It's the dark antique color. And I'm going to wax over my little pumpkin. Once I'm finished with the waxing, I can put my hanger in now. So I'm going to use a 16 gauge rebar wire. It's roughly 10 inches. So if you have a 10 inch piece of rebar wire, that will work. So I need these beads now. There are 10 beads and we're going to use all of them because you need an even number of beads. Put the nail in between the middle. It will hang nicely that way. So that's what we're going for. So we're going to put all 10 beads on here. Just like that right there. And then take your needle nose pliers and twist the ends of the wire down. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, you could stop right there, but I'm going to put a little bow because all Halloween decor needs bows, right? Oh my goodness. But I'm just me being me right now. I am going to add a bow to this just because I want to. And I have this cute little homespun fabric. Just going to put a little hot glue on it and just glue it right over here. What do you think? So we started with this, and you could just use this one unless you want to paint it and distress it and all of that, but it already has your beads and everything. So look for this wall decor in the seasonal items at Dollar Tree, and you can make this cute little ornament. This video is part of a collaboration, Longing for Fall, hosted by Dawn with Shabby Meets Bling and Up All Night DIY Decor with Monica. Their channel links are in the description along with a link to the playlist, and you can check out all the other videos from the wonderful creators in this collaboration. For the next project, I have these two bottles that I got at Dollar Tree. This one is really cool because it already is black, so we won't have to paint it. Now this one, I have to color this bottle. What I'm going to do is, let me just show you. I have made these cute labels, okay? I decided to use the two up here in the corner. I'm going to use Witch's Brew and this Black Cat Eye of Newt. So I wanted to make the Eye of Newt into this bottle here. But I'm like, what color do I use for Eye of Newt? I don't know, you guys. I'm not really sure. So I'm going to mix up a couple of colors. I went to my paints and I was like, what kind of Eye of Newt colors do I have? What's the closest ones? New Shamrock. And this one says Lime Sherbet. I'm going to mix both of these together. I'm going to get enough paint in here to hopefully coat the inside of that bottle. So let's mix this up and see if this makes a good Eye of Newt color. Now I'm ready. I'm going to attempt to pour this into my bottle here. without making a horrible mess. All right. So now what we're going to do, hopefully we'll have enough paint to coat the inside of our bottle. All right, I'm going to put a glove on for this, and I'm going to get a paper towel. There might be a better way to do this, you guys, and that's okay. Okay, I'm going to put a paper towel over the top. Okay. Well, I almost got it covered, but what I'm going to do to help it along a little bit, just take that paintbrush, help it along without making a horrible mess. What I'm going to do is just set this for a little bit because I want the rest of that paint to run down and cover this. We're just going to set it over. Oops. We're just going to set it over here in the corner. Okay, we're going to go to this bottle here and we're going to pull off this cute little ribbon. So for this one, I'm going to use the one that says Witch's Brew. I made these little labels, especially for this project, and there's all kinds of little labels on this sheet. And I will post the link to the labels after the video. I just printed these little labels on regular copy paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to use the packing tape method on these. This is to thin down that copy paper. So you really want to get that paper squished into the tape, and that's why I'm using the card here to scratch it. And then you just peel the tape back, and it peels off a layer to thin that down. And you can even do this more than once, depending on how thin you want your label to be. I'm going to just use some Mod Podge. Just cover the label completely, and then just stick it to your bottle. I have some jute twine. And let's see, I'm just going to wrap it a few times around the top. I think this would be cool if you had like glow-in-the-dark paint, something like that. Wouldn't that be neat? I don't have any paint that glows in the dark, but I think that would be cool. I'm going to put one of these little keys on here. Aren't those cute? Have you seen these little velvety red apples from Dollar Tree? Grab you one because these are magic wishing apples. This is so easy, you guys, and all it is, I mean, it's ready the way that it is, right? But we have to make it into a magic wishing apple. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Up, my old punch here, and I'm going to make a pretty tag. But you could use whatever tag you wanted to. Let me punch a hole in it. Isn't that cute? Not that you're going to be able to see it anyways, but just thought I would use that one. I'm going to write go on take a bite. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just see how this looks if I outline it now with my Sharpie. Can you read it all right? Grab your wax. I guess you need wax on your brush. I'm just gonna wax this entire tag because that's just looking crazy. Let me take some Tim Holtz Vintage Photo, and I'll go around the edge of my tag and make it pretty. Wouldn't these be cute to put just on a table, you know, for Halloween? Just make some magic wishing apples and kind of throw them in with some other stuff. So now we need to attach it. What if we use that ribbon from that bottle from the other craft? Or any ribbon or whatever you want to use. Let's see if we can tie a cute little bow. Turn this off. But that is just, that's cute. And there we have our magic wishing apple. Isn't that cute? Go on, take a bite. For this craft, I'm going to use one of these LED emergency candles, and I'm going to use one of these fabric gift bags with ties. I'm going to add a layer of Mod Podge to my candle to start with. I'm going to take some burnt umber and just put that on my candle over the Mod Podge. I'm going to put a little instant coffee, put some Mod Podge over the burnt umber, and you can just layer this on however you want. Use whatever color base paint you want. These lights really shine bright too. I noticed that about these. I'm going to just sprinkle some coffee on here and put some more Mod Podge over the coffee. So I'm going to set this over here and let it dry while I go into the next part. Let's pull this out. I have not even looked at these. I've never taken them out of the package at all. Never seen them before, so I don't know exactly how they are, but I thought I'm going to try it for this craft and hope for the best. So there we have the little, that's a cute little jack-o'-lantern, isn't it? I'm going to get some of the bare wax, and I'm going to start by waxing the bag a little bit. I have some of these stones, these glass floral rock stone things, so I need this to be able to stand up. So I'm going to put a handful of these in the bottom. And you can also find stuff like that at Dollar Tree as well. So I just want enough in there to make it stand up. We'll try that many, see if it works. I do have some batting, just some scrap batting for quilts that I'm going to stick down inside. This might be too much. Again, I'm just going to see if this works. I want to stuff the bag. This reminds me of those leaf bags. Remember those leaf bags? Was that in like the 90s where everyone could put their leaves in the bags and make big pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns for their front yards? Get you a piece of pool noodle. Stick the pool noodle in the top above your batting. So put your pool noodle in, put you some Spanish moss in there as well. Then put your candle in and tie this loosely. You don't need this tied tight. Just loosely. I have this little star, this little rusty star. I'm going to glue it over here. I think that turned out really cute. Let me go grab some batteries and I'll show you what it looks like. I had this little cloche that is from Dollar Tree. It is a high cloche dome. It's not very high though. It's probably about 5 inches. And so I'm going to put some stuff inside the cloche. I've never done a craft like this before, but I'm going to try it. So I do have these cute little pumpkins that I picked up. They say they're tie-on pumpkins. I also picked up these glitter bone decor. Thought that was interesting. I cut a piece of floral foam to go inside my cloche here. And then I'm going to make a little ghost as well. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hot glue my foam onto the bottom of my cloche. And I didn't want the foam to be out towards the sides because I want to be able to still put the top on the cloche. So my idea here is I'm going to take 3 of these little pumpkins. Oops, that's fine. That one came off of the wire, and that's perfectly fine because I was planning on taking them off the wire anyways. So we'll go ahead and take the wires out. And then I also am going to remove these stems because I don't like the plastic ones and they're just kind of weird. So those have to go. So we're going to pull those out. Now I did have a stick here in my craft room, and this is just a stick from my yard that I took little pieces and made pieces for the stems. Poke a little hole in this. The hole on some of those stems were completely off-centered. All right. So we're going to just glue these into the pumpkins. These pumpkins are adorable, by the way. They are already painted nicely. Look at that. You don't even have to do anything to those. Just change out the stems with a little stick from your yard and you are good to go. My idea was I wanted to make a little pumpkin stack. I'm going to try to go down through the pumpkin, and these are just styrofoam, so it's easy enough. We might have to make this a 2 pumpkin stack. I'm going to have to cut that off. Okay, let's see. Look, you guys, it actually fit. I can't believe it. I'm not even going to take it back out. So I'm going to cut this off again so you don't see that stick. All right, good enough. Let's make a little ghost. Hot glue the skewer into this little wooden bead. Just like that. And I'm going to need a little bit of this muslin fabric. Let's see if that's going to work. Because I want a short ghost. I don't want a tall ghost. Let's just get a little bit of acrylic black paint here. And this little dotting tool. Just put a couple little eyes on there. Okay. I'm going to take this cheesecloth and I'm going to put over top of my ghost. You'll still be able to see the eyes. I'm going to tie a little bit of jute. I didn't want it to totally cover the pumpkins, so I might take a little bit of hot glue and put on the inside and kind of squeeze it down so the ghost is more thin, like that. I think that looks cute, you guys. I'm liking it. So now I'm just gonna take some hot glue on the bottom. Let's try one of these glitter bones, 1 or 2, I guess. I'm just gonna glue to the front of my ghost. Then I'm gonna take these little floral pieces, fill in around the ghost here. Just glue that on the front of the ghost as well. Now what would be really cute is fairy lights, but I seriously am not even sure if I can fit fairy lights in here. Let's put some Spanish moss around the bottom and really squish it in. We might be able to go around the bottom with it and still be able to put the lid on, okay? So that's my plan. I'm going to go back around the bottom, trim up any more of the Spanish moss that is in the way. And honestly, you guys, I don't think that fairy lights are going to fit in it. So I'm just going to skip the fairy lights, but they would be really cute, especially if you had a larger cloche for sure. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it fit. We did it. We did it. It fit. So what do you guys think? If you like what you've seen in these videos, please like, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for notifications, and please come back and join me again. And thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to check out the Longing for Fall playlist in my description.